Hey there, Dani K coming to you from Dani K Gym and Wellness. Today's tip comes to you from somebody that's not a member, but she messaged me and wants to remain anonymous. So she was wondering, she knows it's calories in, calories out. She gets that, but sometimes with life, you forget to count your calories. You forget to log your calories. Whether you write them down or type them on the computer or put them in your FitnessPal app or whatever it might be. Sometimes we get lost and it's like, oh crap, and then you go back and you try and figure out what your calories were, and it's a pain in the ass sometimes. It's time consuming at certain points. One thing for me, that's why I eat the same thing Monday through Friday. I pretty much eat the same thing day in, day out. I have meals A, B, and C kind of thing. Like if I do a lunch or a dinner that's out, like eating out or something, I know it's already calculated. I've already done the calorie count for it, the protein count for it, and so forth, that I don't have to think. So one, you might want to just first off, kind of go through and make meals A, B, and C, and kind of sit down, take a few minutes to plug those out, get those calories right, and then you have your varieties where you don't have to think. Number one, and number two, if you're on point for, let's just say, breakfast, snack, and dinner, lunch you go out to eat. Well, just pick something that's healthy and smart, like a grilled chicken salad, or grilled chicken and steamed vegetables, or like if you're a Chinese restaurant, you can do the steamed chicken with mixed vegetables, and just ask for brown rice, or don't get the rice at all, or just use a little small portion of rice. So it's kind of like, once you get those I'll call them again meals A, B, and C, those varieties, those substitution kind of things going on. Once you've already locked those in, it's pretty easy. Like if you have just one meal that you're going out for, or one meal that's kind of flubbed because you're taking the kids to soccer practice and you're like, crap, well, what do I get? Well, you can go to Subway and get a salad with grilled chicken. You can go to any restaurant. I mean, it's amazing how any restaurant has chicken and vegetables and salad. It's amazing. Check it out one time. Look at their menu. Yes, I'm being facetious. I'm being sarcastic, because you always can get healthy choices. No matter what restaurant you go to, you can always get healthy choices. So the key is either, take a couple of minutes. It might take 10, 15, might take a half hour. But if you take that time and do, like schedule out, meals A, B, and C, breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner, and have, kind of three different variations, then that's there. And like I said, if your lunch isn't on, the plan, and because you're out somewhere, it's always just easy to get a grilled chicken salad. Maybe you don't have enough protein with that particular meal, but it's better than going pizza or whatever, fried crap, or the fast food stuff. Again, it's not every single day that you would be doing that. So if you're slack a little bit in the calories, or slack a little bit in the protein grams or something like that for that one meal, either you can make it up when you get home, eating an egg white, a hard-boiled egg white or two or something like that, just to kind of make up for the protein. The real light egg whites, their calories is only 17 calories if you get a large egg white. 17 calories is nothing. So, but it gives you like 3.7. I always just, for easy numbers, just say 4. Gives you about 4 protein grams in one large egg white. So there's ways of doing that. Another thing is, come to me. I can get you a meal plan. Do a meal plan. I can help you. That would be meals A, and then you can, you learn how to substitute meals B and C, and and that's the key, is you have to be prepared. I know calorie counting, it gets consumption. It consumes your life sometimes, but if you have the plans already done, after a while, it just becomes routine. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you don't have to think about your routine when you wake up. You've done it enough, you know, like let's say you start a new job. Okay, now you start a new job, now you have to think, okay, my plan of attack for getting up, what time do I have to get up, when do I have to do this, what time do I have to leave, what route am I going to take? Okay, well, that's consuming. Okay, but after you do that for a couple of times, it becomes routine and you don't have to think about it. So it's the same thing with meals. It's the same thing with food. If you do it enough and consistently enough in good ways, you don't have to think about it. I'm on a meal plan. I've been on a meal plan for 23 years, but I don't have to think about it. I mean, it's been years since I've had to actually think about it, you know, because I know how much protein I need. I know visually because I've set out my portions through my meals years ago. So I know, you know, visually what my portion sizes should be. So if I need more protein, I'm either going to ask for an extra chicken breast or later on fill that in, you know, if that's lunchtime, and if it's not enough protein, then I already know visually, I already know that it's not enough protein. I don't have to count it. I already know. So then at lunch, dinner time, or maybe with snack, I'll get extra, you know, protein grams in to fulfill that loss in that meal before. So, I mean, if you get on a regimented kind of thing, you know, with at first counting those calories, but then getting that visual of what your protein is for each meal, you know, what your vegetable portion size is, or your salad dressing, you know, when you get that visual, you don't need to count anymore, you know, and then just, you know, and if you're 50 calories under, you're 50 calories over, 25 calories under or over, or whatever, really doesn't make too much of a difference. It's when you're hundreds of calories over is what makes a difference, or hundreds of calories under makes a difference. So, you know, it's portion size. Just visually look at the portion. They always say, like, you know, a grilled chicken, like a chicken breast, 4-ounce chicken breast is about the size of your hand, you know, a normal size hand. Now, if you're, you know, Andre the Giant, you have a huge hand that sticks out to here, obviously that's not a portion, you know. I mean, if you get like the individual sealed, you know, chicken breasts, you know, it's just one, okay? That's 4 ounces, that's 20 grams. It's easy. You know, so when you make it routine, you don't necessarily have to write down and jot all of those calories and proteins and stuff, because it's visually and routinely set for you. And when I do a meal plan for people, Dani K. Jimmo Wellness, DaniKJimmoWellness.com, when I do a meal plan for you, I do all of that for you. I said, this is what you're going to have for breakfast, and these are the calories and proteins. This is what you're going to have for lunch. These are the calories and proteins. And I'm showing you, okay, here's carbs. I'm not counting the carbs because the carbs fill in those lack of calories that the protein isn't. You've got carbs, fats, and proteins that have to make up those calories. And the main thing is getting the right amount of calories and the right amount of proteins, because it's easy to get those carbs. So I force that meal plan to make sure that we get the right amount of proteins, and the carbs come in later as I'm doing that meal plan for you. So, you know, I mean, and so it's all laid out. So then all you have to do is just look. And once you become, you know, kind of routine to what that portion size of your chicken or your fish or whatever it might be, or that portion size of your vegetables or salad, or that portion size of your egg whites or your oatmeal or whatever it might be, your yogurt, whatever it might be, once you become visually set with that portion, you don't have to count them anymore. It's there. So I hope that does help. I'm not going to say her name, but I'm sure she's not the only one that has had these issues or questions where I'm just like, oh my God, I don't feel like counting, and I don't feel like, you know, putting it into a food plan or food journal. I've got, you know, too much other stuff to do. So these things, if you just kind of either sit down and do it, you know, first one time, or sit down with me and get it done one time, then you can train your vision and your belly size, your belly, for those portion sizes, and then it just becomes second nature the more you do it. Okay? Stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated. By the way, excellent question. Thank you very much. Anybody else have any questions? Leave me some comments. Message me, Dani K. Jimmo Wellness, DaniKJimmoWellness.com. Look at my app, Dani K app, in the Apple Store on your iPhone. Message me. I'm helping. So stay tuned, stay informed, stay motivated. Bye.